Hey y'all!
Howdy.
Welcome back to our channel. So today we have the drum roll. Oh, you're missing more drums? Oh yeah, the lap works later. The Never Have I Ever challenge.
Yes, the
It's-
serious challenge.
Yeah, it's not even really a challenge. It's more so just answering Never Have I Ever questions. But needless to say, we have our Never Have I Ever signs. Ooh.
Fancy.
And we have
By the lovely Alexis.
we also have our Never Have I Ever questions. So, yeah, before we get into it, do you have any first remarks before we just jump into it?
Nope,
Or-
because this isn't a court case.
Alright. Well, without further ado, let's get into the challenge.
Why not?
Never have I ever called in sick to work because I was hungover.
Okay, ready? Oh, we're just doing
Oh,
that?
are we just... 1, 2, 3. I thought that said I have.
No.
I was about to say, when did you do that?
No, I have not. I have not.
Me neither. Look at us, we're both saints so far.
Apparently. It don't take long in this.
No. Never have I ever had a near-death experience.
Alright. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I was about to say, if you said I have not, I'm like, wait a minute.
I know.
Wait a minute. Yes.
We both have had,
A few.
yeah, actually.
A
That's
few.
true. I've had a few. I'm accident prone.
And
So-
I'm just bad luck apparently. Well, but maybe we'll do a story time about some of them.
I know.
That'll be really
Well,
interesting.
you wanna give a quick demonstration of one of them, or pick the scariest one, or one of the scariest ones.
One of the scariest ones I could easily
Yeah.
say is actually when I was younger. I went to my family reunion and we put a kiddie pool in our actual pool. And for y'all that don't know,
Yeah.
if you put a kiddie pool on water, apparently water tension's a thing, and it
Mhm.
suctions it to the top of the water, so you can't get it up out of the water unless you
Right.
really try. And basically, to make a short story shorter, I got stuck under that, and I couldn't get out. I almost passed out, but one of my cousins saw that and he grabbed my arm and pulled me out of the water. But I was legitimately stuck underneath there, and because I'm afraid to open up my eyes under any water whatsoever without goggles, because I think it's gonna burn. I was basically blind, just like punching and just trying to find out where I was, and then I eventually got my arm around and he just grabbed me, thank God. But I literally almost drowned when I was like, it was like when I was like 8.
Meanwhile, I've almost drowned twice.
Right.
Yep, I've almost drowned twice. But my near-death experience, to make a short story short, and of course, again, if y'all want to hear the full versions, then we will gladly do story times.
Absolutely.
We have plenty of experiences to share, unfortunately.
More than you think.
Yeah, but my near-death experience, at least one of the scariest ones that I actually was convinced I was going to die, I was in the Dominican Republic, and my brother and I were doing, I guess, what are those, jet skis? Those are
Yes.
jet skis.
Oh.
So, I know, I literally have such trouble naming the water instruments. But basically, we were on a jet ski, and it got stuck, like it jammed in the fastest mode of acceleration, and we could not get it unjammed, and we actually happened to have the instructor sitting on the hood of our jet ski trying to fix it for us because his boat had like broken down, so he was on ours, but it's a 2-seater, so we had to sit on the hood, and he almost fell off, and it was just terrible, and we almost not only died because we almost crashed into like this like rock bank right before we were able to finally get it out of place, but we also almost took a few innocent beachgoers as well because we were going into their way. But
Lord.
yeah, it was pretty scary.
I can imagine. I'd be pretty terrified.
And on top of that, I was also blind because we were like hydroplaning really bad, and the seawater, I was not driving, but the seawater kept coming up and got in my eyes.
I don't think that's called hydroplane.
No, we were hydroplaning.
Your
We
boat
were
was...
Yes, we were skidding, and we had no traction on the water because we were going too fast, Sean, in the waves.
I've never heard of hydroplaning on a ski, but okay.
No,
Yeah.
it's a real thing. Look it up. We were hydroplaning bad too. On top of that, we had no traction.
Lord.
We literally were all over the place. It was so scary.
All right.
I
So
know.
next one.
Now it took like 40 minutes to explain that. Never have I ever eaten food out of a trash can.
Ready? 3,
Oh, I'm already.
3,
Yeah.
2, 1.
When I was little, I had problems because I eat a lot and I was very hungry all the time, and I did not understand the concept of when it goes in the trash can, you're really not supposed to take it back out. So when I was little, I had problems with that, and my mother and father and various family and friends had to help me learn to stop eating things out of the trash can and off of the floor.
Right.
Never have I ever talked to myself out loud in public. That's really not that embarrassing, though, I don't think.
Ready? 3,
Mhm.
2, 1. Absolutely.
Okay.
I would do it all the time in Target when we were when I was zoning and stuff, and there'd be people walking. Like someone would come around the aisles, but I'd be like, I'd sit there thinking, I'm like, man, I really want spaghetti for. Ooh. just like, nope, it wasn't me. It was the other person in the aisle, even though it's just us two. Okay.
I literally, my most notorious time, I was actually I think I was in like Giant or something, and I saw, it was around football season, so they had like this pack of water that had a football on it, like a football graphic on the like wrapping, and for a hot second I thought it was chocolate flavored water, and I was like, what the heck? Who in the marketing department of Deer Park is thinking of chocolate flavored water? They're over here trying to change the game. I'm not even a chocolate person, but I was like, what? And then this woman, apparently I didn't even realize I was talking out loud, and the woman walked by and she looked at me like I had 4 heads. I was like,
Lord.
I was like,
okay. Off that note.
I know. Never have I ever given or received a lap dance.
Given or received? Oh, okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Now, which one have you done?
I've given a lap dance.
Have you ever received one?
I don't think so.
I have done both.
Did you give me a lap dance?
No.
Oh, okay. So then I have not received one, but I have given.
I don't think I have.
I've given you one.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1, 2.
Same minute.
Yeah. What did you say? But yeah, I gave him one.
Oh, Lord. Alright. Well, next.
Hi, Mom and Dad.
Oh, shit. Your dad's gonna be like, oh my god! Oh my god!
I'm an adult. I can do what I want. Never have I ever sent a dirty text to the wrong person.
Alright, ready? 3, 2.
Oh, Lord.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Have you?
Yes. Absolutely. I've absolutely done that. Yep.
Oh. I feel bad for you. Please tell me it wasn't your mother.
No, thank God.
Okay.
To make that a short story short, I had 2 friends that were named the same. They had the same name in my phone. And the only way I could differentiate them is one had a heart, one didn't. Because one was the girl I was talking to. And I was texting them the same day, and there was some talk going on, and my friend decided she responded, and she got a text. And it wasn't meant for her. If you want a deeper story than that, let us know.
Oh my God. Now that I did not know. So y'all, we're finding this out at the same time. Ooh. Never have I ever been to a swingers party with my significant other.
Oh, this is easy. 3, 2, 1. I was about to say.
Fun fact though, I was
What?
invited to one. I don't think I ever told you that.
No.
No, I was invited to one.
What?
And at the time, I did not know what that was. Luckily, my boyfriend at the time did. It was one of his friends who invited us.
To a swingers party?
Yeah. And I was like, no.
How old were you?
19? I was 19.
Okay.
They didn't know I was 19. They didn't even know who he was currently with. They were just like, hey, you and your girl, you want to... And I was over here because he was telling me, like, oh, you know, like, can you believe that? Like, he wasn't thinking of it. Like, that was not his thing. He was like, absolutely not. Like, he had already said no. But he was just, like, telling me, and I'm just like, okay, well, what is that? I was like, a party. And he's just like...
Lemon party, no.
Not a good kind of party. Like, no offense. I mean, if anyone out there likes doing things like that, but I can't.
I'm too awkward for that. I'm way too awkward for that.
You and me both. Never have I ever snuck into a private party. Technically, I don't even. Well, I don't. Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna put up a maybe because I don't know if it technically. Oh.
I absolutely have. Absolutely.
Technically, I snuck into when I was on a
party.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I was in high school.
When I was on a cruise. This was after I graduated, but when I was on a cruise, my dad actually, terrible influence. This cruise, you had to be 18 and up to attend. There was like a party going on at the club, and you had to be like 18 and older. And I was literally turning 18, I think 3 days after that, or like 2-3 days after that. And he snuck me into the party because he was like, "Oh, you're basically 18, so you know you're coming with me, and you know at least you'll be with me to experience your first like club experience and whatnot." So he literally snuck me in, pretended I was his girlfriend, had his arm around me, and like gave the guard like a really like a mean mugging look when he looked, because everyone doesn't like, no one ever assumes I'm my age. No one ever thinks I'm like as old as I am. No matter how old I turn, no one ever assumes I'm that age. So he knew there was going to be trouble trying to get me in there, but it worked, and I was in there like swimwear.
My friend just snuck me in, that's all. It wasn't anything fancy. And the party was kind of lame, but it was like a real college party.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was a lot of shit going on, but I was just like, I didn't know anyone besides my friend. So I was just like, I was just cool, and I literally think I had like, I want to say I had like a cup of like Ciroc, I think is what it was. And I was just sitting there. I was just sitting on the couch, just sipping, just cooling. I was watching everything else. I was basically people watching, which was one of my favorite things to do.
Never have I ever been in handcuffs for any reason. What's this?
3, 2, 1. Yeah, but your reason's different than mine.
My reason is different.
That's because you wanted them.
I asked. Yeah.
I was volunteered. When I was in middle school, we had our resource officer. He was showing off like how it was to be a police officer, and I was sitting there, and I was really good friends with our resource officer. Shout out to Officer Holt. And he is just like, "Hey, Sean, come here." Okay, cool. As like, you know, as 7th grader, you're like, "Okay, cool." You know, I get to be part of the demonstration.
Lord.
And sure enough, he just sat there and he was like explaining to kids like how it was to arrest people and all that kind of stuff. And all of a sudden he just goes, "Put your hands behind your back." I'm like, "What? Huh? What?" And he just grabs my hand. Stop resisting, and puts me to the ground, like not forcefully, but just kind of just like picks me up and puts me down, and handcuffs me, just like, and that's how it's done. And I was just like, what just happened? I don't know.
I was put in handcuffs because someone I know is like a police officer, and I basically
asked.
Yeah. I mean, I was already on my way to putting them on myself anyway. Yeah. So I got myself handcuffed more than once, actually. And if I'm not mistaken, that time I went to jail when I was, like, in 1st grade for 15 minutes. Fun. If y'all want a story time on that, I would gladly...
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, that's an interesting story. I went to jail for 15 minutes when I was in, like... I wasn't even 1st grade. I was, like, kindergarten, I think. But I was really, really little. But I don't think they handcuffed me for that, though. I think they just put me in the cell. Because
what's a 1st grader?
Really? Like, do you really have to handcuff me? It was a stupid reason anyway. But next. Never have I ever sniffed my underwear to see if it's clean or dirty.
3, 2, 1. Absolutely.
If you haven't done this, I don't believe you.
Right.
Because...
everyone has.
Really. I wash my clothes, okay? But... typically, sometimes, when you wash your clothes, and you have clothes that, like, are not as fresh as other clothes, and they're in a bundle or something,
right.
Like, if you go on a trip especially, sometimes you gotta do a sniff check to make sure, like, okay, is this part of the clean pile, or is this part of the dirty pile? Like, have I actually worn these? Or if they've been sitting in your drawers and they are stale from sitting in your drawers for a year and some change, they don't smell all that fresh.
No.
And if you are going on your way to somewhere, you know, that you need some underwear to be clean, don't give me that look.
Well then.
It's okay. Maybe that's more of a girl thing. Well, it should be a guy thing too, but
Well, I mean, sure.
underwear matters. Okay, depending on what you're doing.
I mean, some activities, sure.
Some activities you want to make sure your underwear is clean, and well, all activities you want to make sure your underwear is clean.
But some are more prominent than others.
Yeah, some are like a way bit more important. Never have I dined and dashed.
Ooh. Not ready?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1. Nope.
No, I've never done that.
That's terrible.
Mom and my grandmother have, but I have not.
On blast.
And they did it together. Double on blast. Because I've never approved of that. I'm like, I can't believe you. They're like, well, the waiter's service was terrible. Okay, don't take that out on the waiter.
Or just pay your food, but not give them a tip.
Right, or give the money to somebody else and complain like all the other old people. Never have I ever been slapped across the face.
Alright, 3, 2, 1.
Not by like friends. My mom, yeah, my mother, yes, but I don't count that because that's her. By a friend?
No.
I was about to
No,
say.
both, actually, technically, yes. But
What? Oh, no. If I have ever been slapped across the face, anyone who knows me knows not to slap me across the face. I am not the one. Shoot. You slap me across the face, I slap you across the other somewhere else.
Wow, last question. Last question.
See. So this is the last question. If y'all want us to do a part 2, let us know.
Absolutely.
Could you imagine if you were playing a round of Never Have I Ever?
Well,
with
just
someone?
like coworkers or something.
Yeah,
on,
and it's
and that
like
one
you're-
person's like
yes, and it's like some really off the wall. Like, how do you
Have you ever
keep that to
competed in a
yourself?
glory hole and
Like, you've kept that to yourself all of this time. Maybe you wanted to keep that to yourself this time
right.
as well.
I could have lived my whole life without knowing that. Thanks, Tim, for
I could have
counting.
lived my whole life. I could have lived my mom's whole life, my brother's whole life,
Lord.
my dog's whole life, my cat's whole life without knowing that. So, last question.
Da-dum.
Never have I ever
Mm.
required medical attention due to a foreign object stuck inside my body. Any orifice in your body.
The bad part is I already know you're in.
It's not funny.
Go.
No?
No.
Oh, shoot.
Why would I ever have something stuck in my body?
I honestly thought you would have. I thought
Not
that
in an
would be-
orifice. The worst thing that's ever happened is I've had a piece of lead stuck in me. That's about it.
Where?
It was in my arm. Yeah, uh-huh. Why don't you give the people a summary of that real quick?
Which one?
How about this? We'll leave that as a story time. Just so
I'll
she
leave
has,
it-
this has happened to her multiple times with different objects. And
It
different
has, because again, accident prone 1, way too curious as a child 2,
Mm-hmm.
and 3, and honestly, like, for any of you dirty-minded people out there, it's not like that. It's not it's not that bad. But just to sum up the most prominent time, when I was a junior in high school, and I really wish it would have happened in like early freaking years, like preschool or kindergarten. I really wish, but of course not. When I was a junior in high school, freak accident, but I got lead stuck in my nose. No, I was not putting the pencil up there. It was a freak accident. My pencil lead broke. It ricocheted, and it was a terrible thing and worst day ever. But yeah, I needed medical attention for that because I was pretty injured. And I may or may not still have that piece of lead stuck in my nose to this day. I have no idea if it's still in there or not, but the nurse did say there was a possibility I would not ever get that back. So
Maybe one day she'll just cough and say, "Oh my god!"
well, she said there's a possibility you can swallow it.
Yeah,
Like if it,
and graphite
'cause it
can be eaten.
yeah, because it can work up like your nasal cavity.
Well, breathing in and out, I would imagine.
Right.
Not
But it
lozenges.
was lodged in my nose like tissue. So she said it's possible it can come out, but not guaranteed.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, that's the end of our Never Have I Ever video.
We hope y'all enjoyed it.
Absolutely.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Subscribe.
Yeah. stop dancing.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching.
Absolutely.
We will see y'all in the next video. Until then, bye.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.